We conclude our conversation with the importance of partnering with a holistic support system.
When you find a doctor and when you find care where you can confide in that individual, again, the mental portion goes hand in hand with the physical.
Yes. And Natasha and I have been friends for many years.
We have.
She has been there for me through
a 20-year. Remember you had
a
chicken
whole
pox?
lot.
So
it started with the chicken. No, it started before the chicken pox.
It was before the chicken pox.
But that's when I knew you were really my friend.
So we went to college together at University of the Virgin Islands St. Thomas campus. And it must have been some chicken pox outbreak. Now, most of us got it in grade school, but for some reason, Renee never had it.
I never had it, but I got it from my cousin. Remember we were going out? We were getting ready to go out, and I was doing my cousin's hair. Mm-hmm. And she had what I thought was a pimple on her hairline. I was like, you have a pimple, and I popped it, continued doing her hair, we got dressed, and we were out.
So the beauty of how the chicken pox story started is she had the quarantine. Let me real quick. She had the quarantine, and as she quarantined, it was like isolation. And so
literally, they had me. This was before COVID. I knew what quarantine was before COVID.
Right. So when you have chicken pox, you have to apply certain care and whatever to your body.
Topical ointments and yeah.
We didn't have a tub because again, these are dorms. So
wait. No, you have to back up.
Which part?
I was in quarantine. Yes. This one decided, I'm not letting you stay there by yourself.
Who does that? We're in college.
Right.
Did you have a TV in there?
She brought her TV from her room. You brought your TV.
Oh my gosh, I remember.
And you said, I'm going to stay here with you. I had braids at the time. Mm-hmm. And I had the chicken pox were all in my scalp.
Oh my gosh, that was bad.
Yeah. So she started taking out my braids because we were afraid that my hair was going to fall out.
Girl, this was you and you will never. It was a lot.
So one day I needed to soak because the itch was on.
Soak, right.
So go ahead.
The point was, she got herself in this little, it had to have been a laundry basket.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like a laundry
like this
thing.
And she was just having a time of her life because, of course, that was better than itching. But anyway, the point is, we go way back. So that type of care, again, just knowing. I mean, both of us, I think that's kind of where the spirit of the doula kind of came up.
I don't know. Because we became doulas separately.
It was separate, but it was still.
And we didn't know that either of us was interested in doing that.
Man, that's true.
Yeah. And then when you did it and we spoke about it, then we were like, oh my gosh, we have to,
You're born as a doula.
It's
a calling. It's a calling. But nevertheless, I love the path that she took just medically wise because she pulls that science in. A lot of people think it's all this whole mysticism when it comes to being a doula, but it's some scientific backing that goes hand in hand with just the different type of approaches and the different types of care. So again, just with all that said, when we're looking at pelvic pain, you have someone who really knows what they're speaking about and then seeking out the help that's necessary in order to heal because again, our approach is holistic, just from two different areas. But nevertheless, you'll find what you need because you should not be dealing with this alone.
Right. I agree.
Anything else you want to share before we?
Not right now.
Not right now. We'll have many more topics because she touched on even postpartum care with bonding with your child. So, yeah.
Oh, one thing that we need to talk about is being a doula to minorities is a little different than being a doula to people who are supported medically more wholeheartedly. And we take special honor in doing that because we know how limiting it can be for minority moms. And education and support can also be limited. Even if you have family, they might be busy too.
For sure.
So that's why we exist.
For sure. And two, when you take the highlight as far as the thing to do or something that's just hip, the purpose of a doula was kind of taken out of that at one point.
Right.
But nevertheless, like you mentioned, there's a certain care, a different type of care that goes into minority women. Right. So be sure to, if you're interested in doula, be sure to reach out if you have questions about that because it's just not what society or even what social media is painting. It really goes deeper down, because with the pelvic floor issues, there are times where certain sensations may bring back memories, and
Right.
to have that support of what someone else may not be experienced with, you just want to make sure your support system is intact, because our goal is just total healing, proper healing, so that you can be the best you ever.
And that brings us to victims of sexual assault and abuse who also are in a prenatal or postpartum state. Other things can come up due to those histories, and we are able to help in addition to a medical profession, that's a mental health profession, if you are in that condition. The other thing that is important with minority populations that we are able to do is with both parents, not just the mom, but oftentimes the dads are not included in the development of the child within the mom as a fetus. And we try to bring that in for support as well, and to help them become comfortable, because as we know, in some communities, the males are not a part of the child rearing or that nurturing aspect, because they may not know what to do.
Right.
And we try to help improve that bond, the communication, their awareness, so they're more comfortable in providing support to their loved one and being there for their children.
Right. Yeah, we don't forget you, men. We love you and we need you. No,
we
really,
need you.
Because
yes.
it's I can see how some men may feel excluded from that.
Right.
And in certain cultures, they are. And so it's a more difficult time bonding with child.
But that's where, in cultures where they have more ritualistic approaches to the women, like in some cultures, the women are pampered for 6 weeks or a month, 30 days after birth, and you have that form of support. They have people that are like doulas. They don't have to pay someone to support them. So, we take things from these traditions and we incorporate them into our services.
Yeah. The point is, you'll be well supported depending on the type of doula that you choose. I enjoyed this conversation.
Likewise. We must do it again.
We will do it again. We have many topics to discuss. So
we do.
Thank you all for joining. We will see you back here soon.
Yes. Take care.